Hello again, everyone. Today I thought I'd make a card using one of these vases from the Stamp Kitchen. I got this this set the weekend of Kenilworth, and I thought into that vase I would put some of these Gummiapan willow twigs. But I thought I'd try and give the whole thing a sort of oriental kind of look. So I want to prepare this little scrap of card for what I'm going to make the vase from, and that is going to be gilding flakes and luscious powder. So to prepare my piece of card, I've just got this broad-tipped Nouveau glue stick, pen or whatever you call it. I'm just going to put some of the glue onto the card, but if I'm going to use this glue for gilding, I need to wait until that glue has gone tacky. That is because if you try and put gilding flakes onto wet glue, when you come to burnish them, you just push them around and push them off. The glue won't have grabbed them. So if you wait until it's almost sort of satin finish rather than gloss, then the glue should be ready to accept the gilding flakes. So I'll just put that on one side for a moment. Now, when my gilding flakes are on there and my luscious powder is on there, because this die is a solid one, I won't know exactly what the pattern is underneath it. So what I want to do is to just cut it from a piece of copy paper, something thin, so that I can use that as a window, the piece of paper, to see what the pattern behind the die is going to be. So here's a piece of copy paper. Only want a tiny bit, so I'm going to snip a little bit off the corner. And I'm going to cut this die from this piece of paper. So I've got a window in the paper. Right. Whoops-a-daisy. Got my card base here, got my card panel, and I thought it might look rather nice if I had a something or other just for the vase to sit on. So I've chosen one of these stamps. I don't know what make they are. It's this one. It's just a little bit of something and nothing. And I can do that while I'm waiting as well. So I've got that ready. That's my window to see what I want to cut. I have cut out some of the willow twigs. So I'll just prepare this base, this panel, should I say. I'm just going to stamp a little. Well, it's just a sort of a smidgy, smudgy sort of thing, isn't it, really? So I'm just going to do it left-hand side. Okay. Okay, there's my panel ready. Let's have a look at this. It's getting there. There's just a little bit in the corner there. Can you see that's still a bit gloss? Here, it looks satin finish. It's just that bit there that's a bit gloss. People have said to me before that they've had, been disappointed using gilding flakes because it just hadn't covered properly. But if you are using a glue like this, rather than, say, an adhesive sheet, then you do need to give it time to get tacky. And there's still a bit there. Just give it a bit of a dry off. I'll use my heat tool just to speed things up a minute. That looks a bit better. I'm going to try now anyway. So this is just the tail end of some gilding flakes, which is actually just what I want, because for this, because this vase is so small, I want fairly small bits of gilding flakes showing. So, the tail ends or the scrapings of another one will be the ideal thing to use. So I'm just going to put some bits on this, but I want to have, I need to have some spaces for the luscious powder to fill in between the the gilding flakes. I would think that was plenty. Now, I'm not going to burnish it just yet. I'm just going to tamp them down where they are because I want the gaps left for the luscious powder. So let me just tamp this down. Do you see? I'll do it with my finger, really. Okay, now I'm going to add some of this luscious powder. This is called Blackbird. It's got a slight twinkle to it, not a lot. Let me just feel these. I've not long washed these, so I don't know if they're still damp. Messages. Right, let me just pop some of this into the gaps. The contrast, I think black and gold looks incredibly oriental, don't you? Okay. And can you see now the edge of that glue is really well defined? Absolutely. Okay, going to put the top on this, going to wipe underneath, and I'm going to brush off the remainder of the luscious powder into the bin with this soft Swiffer, I don't know what you call them, brush. So I'm just going to clear this here first. Now, can you see I've removed the excess powder with this brush. Now I'm going to do the burnishing. Isn't it pretty? Look at that, get that gilding, the gilding flakes shine up when you burnish them. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, now another little wipe up here. And what I'm going to do before I try and die cut it is just to use my anti-static tool, because there may be just the remnants of glue left on there. So if I give it a swish with this first, hopefully it won't stick. So just a bit of anti-static. Let me feel it. Doesn't feel too bad at all. Okay, that's that. Now, here's my window, and I'm going to look and see where looks nice. What pattern looks nice with this gilding? That's quite nice there, isn't it? Let's pop it there. So I'm just going to pop this into the gap and cut through both layers at the same time. So it's actually just going to cut the card. Okay. Here it is. Take a look at our oriental vase. Look, isn't that beautiful? Look at it. Oh my word, I just love this technique of mixing gilding flakes with luscious powders. Absolutely love it. Now I'm just going to give this a bit of a shape with an embossing tool. I'll just give it a bit of a rub on the back. It'll make it kind of rounded-ish. Do you see? Doesn't look like just a flat inanimate thing any longer. Okay, next I am going to put some glue down the back of it, because what I want to do is to arrange about 3 of these twigs into the vase, and it's very small. So I'm going to have to, you know, be very careful. Now, some of these did have a bit of adhesive sheet on the back. Some have still got it on, but it's been on there for so long. It was just a scrap I found in my drawer. I've got a tower of drawers with scraps and leftovers. They're all in, you know, colour coded sort of thing. So if I want something green, I'll go to the green drawer, etc., etc. And it's got things like backgrounds that I've made and, you know, jelly plate prints and all sorts of things. So let's have, I'll put some glue down the middle of this vase. Let's just see, all the way down the middle. And we actually want these willow strands to stick to the bit at the top. So there's a fairly straight one. Let's put this one in, going upwards. Let's just see. Okay, you go in there. That's it. And this one, I think, we'll put this going this way over here. Right, and one more. Let's take the back off this one. This really shouldn't take incredibly long at all, really. And I've got some more of the little background there. I could make some more vases. I've got various different, there's another vase in this set here. I could do that one. But this one, the shape just made me think kind of oriental. Do you know what I mean? It was really rather pretty. Okay. There's my 3 twigs in. I'm going to put some more glue over the top of that. And then I'm going to come back to my base, my panel that I've already done. I think I'm just going to put this on there. Do you know, and there's my card. Just about done. You know what I'm like. I may well look for a sentiment to put with it. Here's my base. There's my panel. I may well have a little sentiment, but what a quick card. Just, you know, a vase and a few twigs, and it looks $1 million. Let me just get this off. Come on. There we are. So I think I may well put that onto foam tape. May have a sentiment, I don't know. But really quick, really easy, and really effective. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for giving a thumbs up, and come back and see me soon.